Hello, Cancer. So let's see what's going on with your general energies. Remember, these are general readings. Take what works and what doesn't work just doesn't work, but you are the master of your own destiny, so never forget that. So cards don't dictate your life, but let's see what the cards have to say for you. In the foundation of what this reading is about, you have the Five of Wands. In your current energies, you have the Four of Wands. In your kind of near future, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Your challenge is the Queen of Cups reversed. And what's recommended for you, you guys got the... Okay, I know, Jesse. Sorry, the dog's making funny noises. You got the Knight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. He's so dramatic. I don't even know what he's doing, but he's a little noisy kind of guy. Anyway, so I think there was some type of conflict. Now, this could be even inner conflict, but this could be even kind of conflict or some type of competition with other people. You might be honing certain skills, or you might have to deal with, honey, can you please? Thank you. You might have to deal, I don't want to say with other people's BS, but there might be you kind of having to stand your ground or try something in a different type of way, or people kind of, I don't want to say giving their 2 cents where it may not be wanted, but with the Five of Wands, oftentimes I feel like it's, Jesse, honey, thank you. It's it's like a competition or conflict type of card, but it's not anything so terrible. It's not so disastrous, but it's like, people are pissing each other off a little bit maybe. Or there might be some kind of you actively trying to, you might be even in an industry where there's a lot of competition and you're trying to tweak or hone your skill or your craft with whatever you're doing. And it's a little bit of a process, and it's just this ongoing, but as you're doing it, other people are doing it as well. So take this with however this works for you, or whatever this represents for you. But now in your current energies with the Four of Wands, I believe you've experienced some type of victory. There could be you and if you were fighting with somebody else, or there's conflict with whatever, maybe you guys kind of came together and said, let bygones be bygones, or there was some type of victory, or maybe you actually honed your skills and you actually came out a little bit more victorious or a little bit more ahead of somebody else, but there's something that you're celebrating. This could be even a milestone. This conflict could even be, let's say you were trying to go on a diet and it was a struggle. You were fighting the fight, you'd find out maybe certain things work for you, maybe other things didn't work for you. So you were constantly trying to figure out, well, what makes this easier? What makes this less painful in a way? And you might have actually were able to hit like a certain milestone recently with, let's say, the weight loss or with whatever this could be. I'm just taking that as an example. And you have like you could be proud of something, like you reach a certain type of goal. I think these are oftentimes maybe small goals, but depending on, it could be a big goal, but I often get this where it's like a honey, can you play with a different toy, please? I know. Okay. Yeah. Get the bone. Let me give him. Okay. Here, take it up here. Okay. Here you go. Okay. He has a little mouth, so he can't pick these things up very well, and it gets noisy. Anyway, so there might be some type of victory or some type of achievement that you've recently achieved, obviously, because this is your current energy. Now, what's coming in for you with the Eight of Pentacles, you are going to be really honing your craft. So whatever this is, I think this is spurring you a little bit into really like looking at the finer details, because I often get the Eight of Pentacles where it's like you're doing something maybe a little bit repetitively, but each time you do it, you are really in the zone and you're really aware of how it's going, and you're paying attention. You're paying attention to the results. You're paying attention to the details, and your mindset is, how can I make this better going forward? And you might be tweaking certain things here and there and figuring out the best way, what works, what doesn't work. So this is really, really positive. For some of you, this is going to be regarding work or a hobby or something that you're trying to monetize. But for others, this really could just be even certain aspects of your life that I don't want to say that you were struggling with, but with the Five of Wands, it could have been a struggle. For some of you, it could have been something that you were struggling with for a long time, and now you're able to kind of get a grasp on it or get a handle on it a little bit easier. Now, what's challenging you with this Queen of Cups, I wonder for some of you if you're almost like giving too much of yourself to other people, because you might be almost like depleting yourself. Maybe there's a lot of people that kind of have problems and you're the go-to person to help them with their problems. And you might have to watch or be aware of overgiving, you know, kind of taking on more of other people's problems than you really can take on at this moment. And this also could indicate like a tendency for like some type of codependency. Maybe you do have a little bit of a codependent. And this could even be that you have a friend and you just, I don't want to say you're like latched onto them, but you need them for support, or you feel like you might need to bounce your ideas off of them. And I don't know, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's like it could be problematic at the same time. If it's obsessive is what I mean. Like, I think sometimes we could be a little bit codependent even with friends. It's like our emotions or how we're feeling is dependent on, you know, how the other person responded that day. So I think if that's kind of going on, you might need to watch that. And you might, because I'm wondering if that's almost like distracting you a little bit, because I think whatever this is has not been an easy challenge or an easy battle. I think it's something that you've probably been working on a very, very long time. And now finally you've gotten a certain level of success, or you hit a milestone with it. And I think you're really going to be focusing on and honing it going forward. But I wonder if, Jessie, honey, thank you. If with this Queen of Cups, Jessie, sweetie, can you please? Jessie? I wonder if this Queen of Cups, you know, maybe this could be draining and taking away your time for doing whatever this is. But now what's recommended for you, you have the Knight of Wands and you have the Two of Pentacles. Now, with these two together, the Knight of Wands, he's very charismatic. He's very confident in himself. He's very sure he can do it. He could be a little like, come on. He could be a little, I don't want to say a little bit of a showman, but he likes to kind of be the center of attention. He's very proud and he's very just kind of out there. And I think this is recommended for you because I think you need to have this kind of faith in yourself, this confidence in yourself, because he's very confident. And this kind of like charisma in a way that you're able to do this and do it with pride and do it with confidence as you push forward. But with the Two of Pentacles here being recommended, I think this is also saying that you need to kind of balance things a little bit better. Like, continue on what you're doing, continue being confident and taking risks. Because the Knight of Wands, to me, I definitely see him as a risk taker. He doesn't always think before he acts, but he's going to try. Like, he tries things. He's very much hands-on with it. He could get a little sidetracked at times. I definitely see that, you know, it could be a trait of his as being sidetracked, but he's willing to try something and he's willing to try it with confidence. But I also see him as a person that if it's not really working out very well, he's going to switch gears quickly because I always see him as the little ADD or ADHD or whatever you want to call it. He's a little mentally, he's not going to stick with something like the Knight of Pentacles. Was I saying Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Wands? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles is my guy of like really sticking with something, trying it out for a very extended period of time and seeing the results of how it works. He's a long haul kind of guy. The Knight of Wands is here. He's going to be charismatic with it, but if he's going to know if it's not working out, he's going to try something different. He's going to retweak it or redo whatever he needs to do, or even scrap the whole idea if he thinks that something better is going on. But I think this is saying that you need to be confident with this and continue on with it, but even just get out of a comfort zone potentially. But the Two of Pentacles, I definitely think this is saying that you need to, especially because the Queen of Cups is in reverse, you need to make sure that you're balancing yourself, you're balancing your home, work life, whatever it is, you're balancing it more effectively. Because also in the reverse, she's not balanced. Like in the upright, she's very capable of handling a lot of different emotional things or just little different aspects in her life successfully. But in the reverse, she's not as effective. She's kind of draining. So you have to watch yourself that you're not draining. There's definitely a kind of balance that I think you can achieve here with this, because I think whatever this is definitely something you should be kind of going forward with. But let's see what else we get with you guys with the cards. First up, you have dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. And I think this is extremely important because I feel like whatever you're doing here, I just think you need to continue to do it. But you need to make sure that you're maintaining, because I feel like this is for a longer haul energy. I don't think this is something that's flying by night. You're flying in and out of your life. I think this is something that you've been dealing with for a while, and I think you will be dealing with it for a while. So that's why the Two of Pentacles is going to be like this little bit of a juggling energy here. But I wonder with this Queen of Cups in reversed if you might be spending too much time on things that are not really good for you or not really your stuff. Like if you are kind of in a codependent thing or you're dealing with other people's problems. Some people have problems all the time, you know, it's one of those things. So it might be like you might need to be putting into perspective of, okay, like this is my friend or whatever, or this is whoever, this is Aunt Tilly or whoever, and I know she has problems all the time. I'm going to be there for her, but I need to not always be taking everything to heart, or I need to be maybe cutting back certain time I'm spent talking to her or something. There might be some kind of thing, because I feel like you really need to be loyal to whatever this is. I feel like it's a labor of love in a sense, and I think you need to be loyal to it. And I think with that, you need to be, because I wonder if this is a codependent situation. I wonder for some of you if you have somebody that's seeing that you might be getting a little bit of success with something and that you're really working hard on something, and maybe they're, I don't want to say being a naysayer, but sometimes that happens. So it might be kind of making you feel a certain kind of way. But I think in this means that you just have to kind of pull back and just I don't want to say stand your ground, but just prioritize what's important to you. And I think whatever this is, I think it's something that is important to you. And then you have Bloodstone and Solidite. So you have Get Up, Get Moving with the Bloodstone, and the Solidite is Speak Your Truth. I think the Get Up and Get Moving, because with the Knight of Wands, I see him as a very, I feel like he's going to get in, I don't want to say get in everybody's business in a bad way, but he's a type that if you go to a party, he's going to introduce himself to everybody because he likes the attention, he wants to know everybody, and he's up for a fun time at all times. So I think with this energy being recommended, I think this is kind of you needing to be not even a social butterfly, but it might be that you need to be a little bit more outside of a comfort zone that you may have, and you need to be expanding upon that, and you need to go with confidence in a sense. So get up, get moving, and then speak your truth. I think for some of you, if you are in some type of like a codependent relationship, or there's somebody that's being a little bit, I don't want to say shady to you, but they're making you feel a little bit a certain type of way. Because in the upright, she is very emotionally, she's very emotionally stable. But in the reverse, I would feel that she would then potentially have maybe not be so emotionally stable, or emotionally content. And I wonder if somebody is making you feel that way, or there's something in your life kind of making you feel that way. If this resonates, if this message is for you, specifically this part. And you might need to talk to somebody. You might need to really communicate. If there's like a codependent thing that's kind of becoming a little bit toxic or negative, you might need to communicate. Sometimes you need to communicate with yourself. Sometimes speaking your truth is like telling yourself, especially because the Knight of Wands is here. He's very confident. You might have to say to yourself, listen, I can do this. I know I'm going to be good at this. I've gone this far with this. I have some type of victory, or there's something that's, I see some kind of results, positive results, and I want to work on this. This is the direction I'm taking my life, or this is the hobby I want to get into. This is whatever it is. You might even have to tell yourself that. And sometimes when you tell yourself that and you remind yourself that, it's easier for you to kind of become, stepping into that energy or get on the track of whatever you're working towards here, and achieve it. And stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking, attack. I wonder for some of you with this Queen of Cups in reverse, I wonder if something kind of came out a little bit of left field and it was a little bit upsetting. Now, this could be a person, or it even could be a situation. It could be even like a setback in a way, or something that made you feel a little, like sad or upset or something. You could have found something out. I even wonder if for some of you, this Four of Wands, let's say if you are in some type of competitive environment, or there's something where you're competing against other people, and I wonder if this Four of Wands could have been that you found out, or something happened where it uncovered some type of realization that maybe one of your competitors was not entirely acting, on the up and up. There might have been some funny business that you found out, and maybe it wasn't even you finding it out from, from like a third party source. Maybe something happened and it kind of uncovered they did some actions, and those actions actually uncovered some funny business or something, and you kind of maybe felt stabbed in the back or something. That's just for some, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just kind of what I got maybe for this thing. Okay. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And even with this get up, get moving, I definitely think you need to continue on with whatever you're working on here. You need to overcome this Queen of Cups, this like maybe feeling that, emotionally a little bit drained, or not quite balanced, or even happy, because I feel like in the reverse she wouldn't even be happy either. So, but you need to make the effort. You need to continue on pursuing whatever this is. And we have the heart chakra here. Connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. Let me read that again. Connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. So I think this is just saying that, and because you got the Queen of Cups in reverse here, and that's kind of connected to your heart and your emotions as well. So maybe some of you have to kind of work on your heart chakra right now. This is Green Ocean Jasper. And just get that loving connection back. So, and then you have phases. Shine even when you're not whole. You know what? I really feel like some of you, with this Queen of Cups reverse, because this is your challenge. So something might be going on or had happened where you're feeling a little bit, like, I don't want to say in pieces, but you're feeling a little blah. You have the blahs. You have the meh. You're feeling meh. You're feeling blah. So I think this is saying that you just have to work through that. You need to continue with confidence through that, and you will. And I wonder if that's then saying with this Two of Pentacles is that you need to balance that out. You might be feeling the blahs or whatever. You might be feeling a little but you need to you need to balance or do things to try to shake you out of that as well. And you have your life is your story. Write well, edit often. And sometimes we got to edit people out. Sometimes there's certain things that we have to edit out. So this could be that you're starting to have a realization where there's something that's not really serving you anymore and you might need to make changes. And it might be heartbreaking a little bit, you know? This separation, if you are editing something, it could be a person or a situation or even a bad habit or whatever. It might be kind of sad, but it's probably for your best interest. Now, let's see what Bob Ross has to say for you. You have to allow the paint to break to make it beautiful. And this is saying you need to get out of a comfort zone, because this, with all this, what you're doing here is it will never change. You'll never make any progress unless you actually kind of take a risk and break the paint and try to see what you'll wind up putting on the canvas. So I think this is extremely positive here. And then for your little affirmation card, you have, today I'm receptive. Today I will let go of the past. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a bright future. And that's beautiful. And if you guys are feeling a little meh, this is a really great affirmation. I shall read it again, just in case you need it again. Today I am receptive. Today I will let go of the past. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a bright future. And this is extremely fitting if this Queen of Cups for some of you represents like a what was I saying before? You know, the connection, the codependent thing, or kind of a negative or a toxic friendship or relationship, or even a habit or something that's not really working for you anymore, doing you any good. So I think this is extremely positive. Now we have Be Here Now. Come on, inner peace. I don't have all day. And I really think this is funny. I think this is like a little joke here, obviously. And I think this could even be that you trying to even balance your inner peace a little bit. Like you're working with like the meh here, and then you're trying to be like, okay, I'm trying to be happy and peaceful. So it's an ongoing thing, but I definitely think this is going with the Queen of Cups to try to cheer her up a little bit. So it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight sometimes, and sometimes certain things take a little longer, but you absolutely can do it. Jesse, sweetie. I know, honey. I know. Okay. I know, honey, can you please? People are allowed to drive on the road, sweetheart. I know. I know. Sometimes I don't like it either, but it's so dramatic. Anyway, so you have mountain meditation. This is actually, I should tell you what this is first. It's stress relief and self-care cards. So mountain meditation, objective, gaining strength. Imagine yourself sitting atop a mountain and take a nice deep breath in. Notice how majestic you feel. Breathe in the powerful energy. Feel the energy of the mountain moving through you. Open up your mind, take in everything, observe the mountain, and notice what you see, sense, or feel. What can you learn from a mountain? Make a pact to be stable yet flexible as you move through the different seasons of life. So I think this is very interesting. I think this is very interesting, and this could be potentially extremely useful. Useful. Because if you're trying to... honey, please, Jesse, I know, it's rough. I know. I need you to calm down. Don't argue with me, sweetie. Calm down. Jesse, stop. You're barking at nothing now. Anyway. So yes, Jesse, imagine yourself on the top of a mountain, okay? Take a deep breath in and notice how majestic you feel. Are you doing it? Are you breathing in? Are you thinking about the mountain? Okay, open up your mind, take in everything, observe the mountain, and notice what you see, sense, or feel. What are you learning here, Jesse? Are you learning something productive? Okay, I think it worked. See, this meditation worked for my dog. So it will definitely work for you. Okay, now the spirit of the dish you have that will be with you during this period of time is the Ace of Drinks, which is the drink of water. So I feel like this is refreshing, but it also is cleansing. So there might be something that you need to, I don't say just wash off, or just even mentally, there might be some bad habits, people, toxic stuff, or whatever that you might need to kind of cleanse your space, cleanse yourself right now. And move forward, or start taking the steps to move forward. beyond that. Okay, now let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, for your dinner and a movie, we have Italian food and horror movies, and that sounds like my kind of night. Honestly, any kind of food and horror, but I love Italian food. Anyway, so, and for the energies that you need to either tap into or be aware of, you have Cancer here. And Cancers are about your emotions and habits. So there definitely could be some kind of, with this Queen of Cups in reverse, there might be some type of emotions, habits, or some kind of deep-seated stuff that you need to kind of be aware of or potentially work through during this time. And you also have Aquarius, and that's about independence and eccentricity. And they're a little bit like rebellious in a sense. They're able to see things outside the box a little bit. They come at things a little bit of a different kind of way. So there might be certain things, I mean, these could be energies you're dealing with, the people you're dealing with as well, but it also could be things that you need to kind of try. Maybe there's a different way if you're having a problem or experiencing some type of roadblock or some even emotional stuff. Maybe there's like a different way that you could try that's going to help alleviate some of it or help you through it. You have the moon here, which is about emotions and habits as well. And then, oh, I just moved him. You have Saturn here, and this is about restrictions, responsibilities, and life lessons. So some of you, this could be that you're feeling restricted, or there's some type of responsibilities that you have, because even the Queen of Cups, she's just worn out. So now we have the 6th house, which represents health, details, order, works, and structure. And then you have the 12th house, which is about occult, psychic abilities, and the subconscious mind. So even with this Queen of Cups in reverse, I wonder if some of this stuff might be things that have been haunting you for a while. Because I feel like sometimes as we go through life, we try things, not everything works out great. Sometimes it just sucks, you know? And unfortunately, that's the way life is. Nobody's life is perfect. Nothing ever goes 100% wonderful every single time. And we deal with a lot of crap while we're here. That's what life is. But sometimes those ghosts haunt us, and they haunt our current endeavors. They haunt our minds, and it could be even like little haunting. Sometimes people have bigger hauntings and some people have little hauntings. So there might be something that maybe you've tried in the past and it didn't work out so well. And that's, let's take the diet example. You could be on a diet, you could have hit a milestone with something, you're working really hard on it, but there could be a little ghost in your head that's saying, well, you failed the diet how many different times? How much weight have you gained and lost in your life? You know, why do you think this time is going to work? Like there could be something that's kind of plaguing you in a sense where you could be fearing failure again, or you could be fearing that you're not going to achieve what you're working towards or achieve what this goal is. But sometimes when we recognize that, it's easier to deal with it. It's easier to acknowledge it, and it's easier to be like, okay, well, yeah, things didn't work out quite right last time or the time before, the last million times I've tried this, but this time I'm more aware of what I'm doing. I'm going to try different things. I'm expecting setbacks. I'm expecting certain failures, but I'm going to try to figure out how to push through that. And if there's ever a point in time where I'm like, this is really not working, I can switch gears. You know, I'm not dead yet. So that's, sometimes you got to go with it like that. Now, you have the number 5 here, which is an odd number. So that means a special guest that will be answering your questions today, Cancers, will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. So we have WWRUV, and you have 6-9. And your little charmy is you have Rudolph. Okay, so Rudolph, you know, he's a reindeer. He was made fun of by other reindeer. So you might be like feeling like Rudolph. Maybe there's people, naysayers, saying that you're not going to be able to do this. Oh, you're silly for thinking this way or whatever. But the whole thing with Rudolph is like he kind of was a little different. He came at things differently. So he has this little nose here that lights up. And it's kind of about being able to see, you might not be seeing the full picture, because his nose is not like, I got this LED flashlight for the dog when I walk the dog at night. I'm telling you right now, you probably could see me on Mars walking my dog. That's how bright this flashlight is. I have no doubt that they know when I'm walking my dog, they're like, yeah, she's walking her dog out there. It is so bright. Rudolph does not have an LED, some crazy LED flashlight. No, his nose is not being able to be seen in a distant galaxy like my flashlight. But in saying that, the point of this is he's able to see a little bit ahead of him, you know, or Santa, whoever. I guess Rudolph is driving, right? Santa's sitting all the way in the back after like how many reindeer? So Santa's all the way back. So Santa doesn't know what's going on, and he's old too. He probably needs his glasses and, you know, anyway. But Rudolph is driving this thing, right? And he has a lot of responsibility. So he has to make sure that they're not going to hit a mountain or a tree or like birds or something or whatever else is going on there, a plane. But he's flying around, and he probably can only see so much in front of him, but he has this faith that he needs to keep going, and he's going in the right direction. Because I don't know if this guy has GPS. I don't even think he has a phone. I don't even know how he would use a phone. He doesn't have hands. Anyway. But he has faith. And I feel like for some of you, whatever you're doing now is like you have this kind of faith, and you need to be charismatic with it. Like you need to keep going, and you need to still have faith in yourself, because this guy has faith in himself. You might have a little too much faith in himself, but he definitely has that, you know, I can do this. I can accomplish this. This is going to be amazing, you know? So you might have to have that. You might have to have that faith that this is going to be amazing. You might not see the big picture. You might have obstacles coming up. You might have other people like the reindeer telling you and Rudolph that you guys, you know, ridiculous for thinking you're going to do this, or your nose is weird or something because it lights up or whatever. And you just have to kind of continue forward, you know, despite all that. Because with this Five of Wands, you've definitely been fighting some kind of battle, because Rudolph fought some battle. He dealt with other people's opinions a lot, other reindeers' opinions. But, you know, he achieved his success. You know, he had his Four of Wands when Santa was like, okay, Rudolph, like, I can't see a damn thing. It's dark here. We need you. You're up, buddy. We need you. So, and he did it. And then he worked hard, and he like flew, and all the other reindeers then like respected him because he worked hard. He's, you know, kept diligent with what he was doing. He had a good work ethic, and his nose helped. So yeah. So, okay. So that was that with Rudolph here. And let's see what else we got for you. And you have healing. And I think for some of you, especially with the Queen of Cups in reverse, there might be some type of healing that you had. Like I said before with the ghosts, sometimes you have to heal from things. Sometimes things are never fully healed, but you can just compartmentalize them, you know, in a sense, in your mind. They still take up space, but they could be put away. You know, you put it on the shelf, you know. Decide not to think about it today or whatever. But there might be something that you need to either heal from, or you need to be believing that you are, you know, not accepting of healing, but believing that you are worthy to heal, or that you're worthy for something good coming in. Because sometimes we feel that we're not worthy for something good coming in, and that's actually a huge block for us. But you need to believe in yourself and believe that you deserve it, whatever this is. Okay, now it is time. Here he is. Okay, think of those questions, Cancers, and it is time to ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Cancer's question? It says, concentrate and ask again. Okay, Cancers, we gotta like really, really dig deep here. We gotta seriously focus here. Okay, it is time now. All of us focus together. We shall ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the universe. What is the answer to Cancer's question? It says, cannot predict now. What the hell? All of that, and he can't predict it? Man, I don't know. This guy, I think this guy's trolling us today. Because this is definitely a troll. Like, he was like, oh, you got to ask again because, you need to focus. You weren't focused enough. And now it's like, I can't predict it. Like, what is this? Like, the Wi-Fi broke in this thing or whatever? Anyway, so the 8-ball is, I don't know. He doesn't know. He's having a lazy day. What can you do? What can you do? Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week, month, year, lifetime. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.